Cruise news time. Well, we have a Carnival smoker demanding the return of the old muster process for the sake of, well, smoking. Also, let's talk about this e-muster process. I messed up yesterday. I got muster blocked. I got muster blocked, and there's a country out there that has blocked a cruise ship because of the number of cases on board. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your Monday, November the 29th, 2022, and I am here on location on the Carnival celebration. Wow, what a beautiful cruise ship. What an interesting embarkation process. A lot to talk about, a lot to show you, but we'll have to do that another day because right now I got to tell you about some cruise news. Cruise news story number one, the country of Indonesia blocked a Cunard cruise ship from docking there in Bali because of a COVID case count. The Cunard cruise ship, or is it an ocean liner? Somebody correct me in the comments, had to abandon the Bali leg of her cruise because of elevated case counts. This cruise left from Sydney, Australia, 17-day cruise, and of course the big highlight was going to be that stop in Indonesia. Cunard has released a statement. They haven't commented on the amount of cases, but again, the way cruising goes right now, these cruise lines are working with local authorities. They're reporting their case numbers in advance, and depending on the local authority and their tolerance level, they're either going to say that the cruise can dock there or not dock there, and well, that's the decision that Indonesia has made. That continues to be part of the narrative, part of the story as we try to put COVID behind us, if we ever will. I mean, it's always going to be around, I think, but we've got another story of a cruise ship, something happening to it because of an elevated case count. Any of our Australian, New Zealand cruisers out there on that cruise, leave a comment below. Now let's talk about the smoker that is irate at Carnival Cruise Line because of its e-mustering process, and irate because of the smoking aspect of it. Pre-pandemic, on most Carnival cruise ships, you could board and go to the casino bar and get yourself a drink and smoke yourself a cigarette. Now, of course, as COVID wreaked havoc with our lives, some things changed, and one of those things changed was the ability for people to smoke at the casino bar on Carnival cruise ships. The new rule is you can only smoke in the casino when the casino is open and when you're actively playing. So feeding a slot machine or throwing some chips down on a table, that's when you can smoke. In addition to those casino changes, another change that came about because of the pandemic is the e-muster process, where the cruise line will post up crew workers that will bring you in, show you how to put on your life jacket, scan your card as you come to the muster station. The call for everyone to muster has gone away, and we've gone to this e-muster process. And well, one of the places that they do the e-muster process is in the casino. This is another reason why smoking would not be a good idea, because there's going to be mustering happening the whole time at these casino stations. And so for the smoker, it means that before the cruise begins, before the casino opens, they have to go outside and smoke their cigarettes. And of course, on every Carnival cruise ship, there are outdoor spaces for smoking. We're right here on the Carnival celebration, and this is a big smoking area right below our cabin. You may be wondering, can we smell smoke? We're probably 4 decks above the smoking area. I can't smell any smoke, so that's a positive thing. But there's an outdoor space for smokers, but there is a snafu when it comes to the outdoor space for smokers before the cruise ship has left, before the casino is open, and that is the fueling process, the bunkering process. You cannot smoke while they're fueling up the cruise ship because they do that with a barge on the outside of the ship, and it has been deemed to be a danger. So taking all of these facts in totality, there was a smoker that wrote brand ambassador John Heald with a very terse message about how smokers were being done wrong by Carnival Cruise Line, that because of the e-muster process, they'll never have an opportunity to smoke inside at the casino before the cruise ship leaves, and because of the bunkering process and its unsafeness, like the guy doesn't think that it's unsafe to smoke during the bunkering process, and because of this sham of a safety precaution, that smokers are being disadvantaged. It's interesting. Look, nicotine addiction is a real thing. I lost my father to lung cancer. I saw my father have a respiratory disease, Legionnaire's disease, was told to quit smoking, and the guy could not quit smoking, and he got lung cancer. He passed away at 50 2 years old. So it's a, what, people eat themselves to death. I may be in that category. So I understand addiction, that kind of thing, and certainly empathize with the plight of the smoker, but I think it's unreasonable to say that it's safe to be smoking around the fueling process. I'm sure it's like a 1 in a million chance that something bad could happen, but if that 1 in a million chance exists, either way, it's got to be a tough balancing act for the cruise line, because there's still a decent amount of the population that smoke, a decent amount of the customer base that smoke. So how do you accommodate that customer base while keeping an environment for non-smokers? But I don't know how you solve that problem. I do want to say this, though. There is a smoking and non-smoking part of the casino here on the Carnival celebration, and it's fantastic. The non-smoking is non-smoking. So if you're ever concerned about that, same thing on the Mardi Gras. The casino experience from a smoking, non-smoking perspective, really good. This guy also says, let us smoke during the bunkering process, and do away with the e-muster process so that you can open up the casino again for smoking. Anybody, which way do you fall on this? Anybody on his side, anybody not on his side? Of course, John Heald said both of those things are unreasonable, but he certainly, understands where the guy's coming from. Where do you fall on it? Leave a comment below. And look, I got to do a mea culpa here. I got to fall on my sword. I got to make an apology video, maybe, because the advice that I've given you fairly consistently, I didn't necessarily follow it to a T yesterday, and well, I done got muster blocked. I got muster blocked. Do you even know what that is? I'm going to tell you all about it, but first let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, well, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Yeah, so we got on the cruise ship. It was a pretty smooth embarkation process, and we were fortunate when we got on the cruise ship yesterday. We walked right into the Grand Central area, the spot in the middle of the cruise ship that had all of the seating, and we knew we couldn't go to our cabins. We knew that we weren't hungry for lunch, so we just sat down there and we're like, all right, let's just sit here until we can go to our cabins. And that was going to be about a 90-minute wait. We had 90 minutes to sit there. So I went to the bar right there in that Grand Central area. I think it's called Grand Central. Maybe it has another name. But I went to the bar there. I got us a couple sodas, a couple waters, and Jenny B and I settled in with the little bit of luggage that we had carried on and just hung out. And we met a lot of people. And then our friends Sharon at Sea, Sharon and Jenny met for the first time. It was certainly a moment. And we sat there, and so we were sitting there, and it was still about 20 minutes until we could go to our cabin. And so this was our strategic play. We were going to go to our muster drill, which was right off the elevator on deck 8, and then we were going to go to our cabin, which was right off the elevator on the deck that we're on. And so we're like, let's just do that in one sweep. We'll go to the muster drill, and then we'll go to the cabin. We're going to sit right here until about 1:15. And so while we were hanging out with Sharon at Sea, Jamie and Sharon and Matthew and Callie, we decided, look, okay, we already had our drinks. We'd like some coffee. So I went to the coffee bar and I said, hey, can I get a couple coffees? I gave them my boarding pass, which is what you use before you have your sailing sign card, because you don't get your sailing sign card until you go to your cabin for the first time. And they started to make it, and then the lady looked at me and she goes, you know what? You haven't done your muster drill, have you, big boy? And I was like, well, no, I haven't. I think I blushed a little bit, and I'm like, no, I haven't done my muster drill. And she goes, you know what? No drinks for you. I was like, what? So that's right. Carnival does have a system in place. Now, granted, it was still before 1:30. It was well before they started freaking out about people not doing their muster. But I do hold to the advice that I give. Just go do your muster first and foremost. We probably should have just went up to the muster station and then came and sat back down. We did not do that, but so we paid the price. We did the crime, and then we did the time. So we got muster blocked. We couldn't get coffee until we went and did our muster. The interesting thing is, about 4 o'clock when the ship was supposed to sail away, they were still making those go to your muster station announcements. And they said that 5% of the people had not gone to their muster station. And I think there's like 5,200, or I don't know how many passengers, but over 5,000 passengers. Let's just say 5,000. What is that? 5% of 5,000, 10% would be 500. It's like 250 people still had not gone to the muster station. So we weren't the most egregious, but we got the smackdown. We got muster blocked. Have you ever been muster blocked on Carnival? Leave a comment below. And look, you may not know this about me, but I'm a rule breaker. I'm a rule breaker. This is a classic Lido Loca video. I have a stick. Go watch this video. This is Tony for Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.